Good morning and happy Friday. It's me, Maris, and it is another day here at Oklahoma Healing Connection. And I'm trying to light my sage. And it's time for a weekend energy forecast. You know, things have been super crazy all over, and that energy is just fluctuating, and it's rather labile at this moment. It's rather labile. So let's do a sage clearing. Labile and fragile. And today we're going to be using the Urban Crow deck. So I'm going to go ahead and bless this deck. With the smoke. I was thinking about my friend Jesse that had passed away last year. So hey to Jesse. It's the weekend of Super Bowl and Reiki 1, and I'm like, yeah, but my Reiki 1 class is over at 1:30 or by 4:30. I have a couple of seats left if anybody's interested. It's $50 if you prepay, $75 the day of class. I have this thing, I like to be prepared, so it's like if I like to know how many people will be there, and that's why I kind of offer that discount if you prepay, because your confirmation is my confirmation. Okay, all right, so told you we were using the Urban Crow deck, and so we had 4 that went flying out. I need to replace my blinds. Anybody do blinds? Okay, and you wanted to see those blinds, so you made those cards go flying out again. Okay, man, looks like these crows are rather chatty. I've been this morning kind of meditating, saying, what do we really need to know? This energy that's around us, this energy, you know, in our personal world as well as in our national and global world. What do we need to know? And I guess those cards that came out are have all the information of what we need to know. So, wow. Okay, so the energy is like super intense. Let's just get down to it. Okay, so the first card that's coming in is this. So this is the energy that's coming in is displacement. And then we have commitment, and then we have territory in our energy that helps. This right over here, that commitment card, is reflects the obstacles that are in our path. So when I'm looking at this initial energy coming in, and I'm going to say there's going to be a lot of moving and a shaking going on, and I'm not thinking of it as an earthquake, okay? I'm looking at this as in there's going to be an upset in where people are. There is going to be an upset in where people are. That commitment card in the middle is about an agreement. It is about an agreement to allow things, and I'm going to use the phrase, fall apart. But when I'm looking at that territory card, I'm looking at it as in it becomes an opportunity to define your boundaries. That's the word I want to use, boundaries. It gives an opportunity to allow for redefining what your boundaries are. So it's like everything, the energy has a strong potential for things just to frickin' fall apart. and break apart, but it allows you to see things and redefine your boundaries, expectations. And unfortunately, in that commitment card in the middle, you agreed to that. Yeah, we're like, I didn't agree to chaos. Well, kind of. We agreed to allow things to come through. And I'm going to say, one of my mantras is allow me to see the truth, even if it's ugly. Allow me to see the truth, even if it's ugly. I don't want to see the ugly. I want to see the beautiful, but that doesn't always happen when things, kind of come out and fall apart. We don't always see the beautiful things that we want to see. Sometimes we have to look at things that we don't. Now, what I super like is this next line that's coming through, because it's kind of focusing on, okay, things have fallen apart or things are exposed. Now, what are we going to do with it? And we have some really good insight. Okay, that first card here, and I'm going to kind of put it here, is that nature card. I'm going to put that one down, so we're focusing just on nature. And I'm going to say this is about getting back to basics, and I hope that the weather is quasi-decent and not muddy. Maybe I can make it out to the parallel forest. So this would be a great weekend or a great time for you to do some grounding work and to get back into nature. And I'm going to say it like this, because nature in this instance is going to have two meanings. It is the nature of people not to want their mess exposed. Okay? It's the nature of people to want to keep that concealed. We want you to see the beautiful inside of us. But sometimes that ugliness has to be exposed in order for change to occur. And I'm even talking about self. Sometimes my ugliness has to be exposed in order for me to change and be a better person. Okay, so when I'm looking at that nature card, it's twofold. Yes, I'm going to, and I encourage others, let's get back out to nature. Let's go ground. Let's go, metaphorically hug a tree, or if you want to hug a tree, because that's what this energy right in here is talking about, is getting back into nature. Now, the isolation card is going to be the obstacle, and I'm going to say, and it actually would be a, whoops, come on, turn over. Rotate camera to fear erasing. Okay, well, won't rotate over, so I'm going to show you the card. Let's see. Oh, there we go. All right, so now we have isolation, and isolation is our challenge card. And I'm going to say, and as difficult as it is, sometimes we need to step back from the ugliness and regroup. Reconciling some of our emotions through there, and that's when I get this survival card through there. That's our help card. I'm going to say we're going to make it through just fine. It's just going to be kind of a rocky road, and it's important to focus on regrouping and some self-reconciliation. So that is, kind of like where it's leading to. Now let's look at what's some of the long-term effects, or what's the outcome going into next week. And interesting. So this is my row of cards that kind of went flying out, like significantly flying out. So let's take a look at that. So what we're looking at here is I have sacred space. So I'm going to, with insight and warning upside down. And what I'm going to say on this, okay, is that regrouping and reconciliation is really, really good work. And you achieve much through that. In fact, you get to a place where you feel kind of safe and secure, and you have some great clarity, especially And I'm saying that third eye intuition. You have really great clarity and discernment. Now, the challenge here, when we look at insight and warning upside down, has to do more with, are you going to pay attention to what you discern? Are you going to pay attention to what you discern? So on this line, and I'm going to say this is what I'm picking up through here. I'm picking up through here that we're not getting the whole story on things that are unfolding. So the energies that are kind of hanging around you, I'm going to say, are wanting to tell you what they want you to understand or what they want you to know. So it's like they want to show you all of the beautiful stuff, but they're not wanting to show you some of the ugliness that's through there. And I'm going to say with that, it has more to do with embarrassment and shame and less of how you will really react to it. So it's kind of like somebody doing things behind your back, okay, and they get busted for it, and they're not worried about how you feel about it or how it affected you. They're more concerned on the fact that they got busted for doing it. I'm getting like somebody who cheats on their spouse, okay, whether it's a male or female. So the person that cheats on their spouse, and their spouse has been like the most diligent, awesome, supportive, loving partner you could ever imagine. I mean, it's like they work so hard to meet the needs of the person that's cheating, right? And the person that's cheating gets busted or outed for cheating. And all of a sudden, their feelings aren't about how they broke the heart of their partner or their spouse, but the fact that everybody now knows what a cheater they are. Okay? That's what we're looking at on this particular line. This is more about the other person being outed and being embarrassed about being outed, but not really having guilt or shame about how they treated you. Okay, that's what we're looking at on that particular line. Now, our last line coming in, the card was looking up at me, and so I was, kind of getting a little peek through there. And we have anomaly, and we have battle, and then we have protection on the very end. So regardless of how the opposing energies want to kind of put you into a place of where you're feeling guilty for what they did kind of issue, you're protected. This is going to be this one, that anomaly card is this one gleaming opportunity for you to reset and create. And I'm going to say, stand your ground. This is going to be that one glistening opportunity that will allow you, that battle card, to come forth, stand forth, and hold your ground. And that protection card on the end, let's look at it again, because I want to remind you that they can say, do whatever they feel they need to deflect their pain back on you. But you are protected, you are guided, You were given that insight, that discernment to see truths. You, yes, you are going to be given that insight and discernment this weekend to see the truths, not only in your own personal realm, but the realms that are around you. All of these truths, revelations, whether they are ugly, whether they are beautiful, all of these things really start to come to light, to come to fruition. And some things are going to fall apart, and you're going to just see the ugliness inside. The most important part of this is how we choose to respond, how we choose to react. And what I'm reading here is that it's really important to kind of disconnect and regroup, ground, reconcile some of your emotions and feelings. Do that metaphoric hugging of trees, or you can hug the tree like I said before. But this is going to be a great opportunity for you to stand back, let that dust kind of settle and see. Redefine your boundaries, and don't forget, stand your ground. You're right now are going to be the only one that's really going to represent and stand for you. So I hope you enjoyed this weekend weekend energy forecast. Again, on Sunday, we do have a Reiki 1 class from 1 to 4:30. It's $50 prepaid, $75 the day of class. Come get your Reiki 1 attunement. Peace, love, and harmony. I hope to see you soon. Slow connection. But it won't let me disconnect. I guess I'm supposed to stay online. We'll just wait. All right. Have a good one.